Hello, everyone. So today I'm here to talk about, Sean Mannion. He was signed by Minnesota today on a 1-year contract, and he was a third-round draft pick by the Rams back in 2015. Only has one career start to his name, so not much veteran experience, although he is more of a veteran guy. His career stats with the Rams. He completed 62.3% of his passes, but he only attempted 53 passes. He threw for 258 yards, 4.9 average yards per attempt, no touchdowns, one interception, very limited time. He came from Oregon State, and career wise at Oregon State, he completed 64.6% of his passes for 13,600 yards for 7.4 yards per attempt, 83 touchdowns, and 54 interceptions. Now, average wise, if you were to average out year by year, um, obviously he still completes 64% of his passes because that's already average, and 3,400 yards per year, and you would throw for 20.75 touchdowns a year and 13 and a half interceptions. That's what he averaged. So decently productive, not overly productive, but he showed talent as a drop back, traditional kind of passer and all the good stuff. And that's what led to him being drafted in the third round. Now, on to a question that some might have already had about him, which is how much does he affect Kyle Sloter? And I know a lot of people like Sloter. A lot of people kind of think, why are we even looking at backup quarterbacks? We have Kyle Sloter. And I imagine either way, Kyle Sloter's opening up as the quarterback number 2 because you're talking both Zim and Gary Kubiak know the guy. So I would think, most familiar guy, he gets the first chance at that job. So this is merely competition. And it's kind of Sloter's job to lose. And it's really concerning if he does lose it because, both Zim and Kubiak do know him and all the good stuff. And the other thing is, does this prevent Minnesota from drafting a quarterback late this year or even in the mid rounds if they're already planning on drafting one, whatever target they got? Would it prevent them from drafting a guy? No, it wouldn't. And the reason why I say that is this is a position group that you're always trying to add talent to. It doesn't matter when you get them, where you get them, just knowing that it's kind of a crapshoot when it comes to this. And there are many guys who were on day 3 or undrafted who ended up making at least a decent career for themselves to some degree or level. And we have one of them on the roster already with Kirk Cousins. He was a 4th-round draft pick, technically day 3. You have Dak Prescott, currently with Dallas. Tyrod Taylor, he's shown flashes. He's kind of gone from this okay, decent kind of category to sometimes he's a high-tier backup kind of guy, but he's made a decent career for himself. Fitzpatrick goes under that. Case Keenum, he was undrafted. He's no longer in the league, but Tony Romo, also undrafted. He had a pretty nice career for himself. It's just you never really know what you're getting. So I don't think this really affects any kind of draft plans they had at quarterback. And I don't think it's really anything to freak out about. I've seen many fans kind of freak out about the idea that they're even looking at some backup quarterbacks, which I didn't really understand because it's like, well, I think it's best to at least create competition for the guy. And some people are just like, nah, just go with the 2 quarterbacks. They usually go with 3 quarterbacks, as long as we've had Zimmer at least. And there's a very good chance that your 3 quarterbacks for this year are Kirk Cousins, Sloter, Mannion, in whatever order that might shape out to be. If Sloter wins the job, he wins the job. If he, I guess, maintains job. If Mannion wins the job, he wins the job. That very well could be the case. But I know they at least have some interest in some, lower tier quarterbacks in the draft because there was some talk of or I saw a thing anyway, that said Nick Fitzgerald is going to visit them at some point. And he's more of an athletic guy. He doesn't really do much. I kind of watched him and I thought maybe he could benefit from the fact that Taysom Hill's kind of taken over a little bit of things. But yeah, that's what I think of Mannion. Pretty much, he's kind of a backup guy as of now, but he has talent. He never really developed properly. Can he develop properly here? Yet to be seen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Probably won't. It's just how these things go, but you never know. So, I guess what it is. Like know what your comments are down below. All the good stuff. Thoughts. And until next time, I bid y'all adieu.